My dear students, স্বাগতম জনাইছো মই মোৰ অন্য এটা ভিডিঅলৈ। আজি আমি ডিসকাস কৰিম ক্লাস 12 ৰ 2024 বৰ্ষৰ ফাইনেল এক্সামত ইংলিশ টেক্সট বুকস দা লাষ্ট লেসনৰ পৰা আইব লগা কিছুমান কোৱেশ্চন আনসাৰ। তাৰ আগতে চেনেলটো যদি সাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰা নাই তেন্তে প্লিজ চেনেলটো সাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰি তাত থকা অল নোটিফিকেশনটো ক্লিক কৰি দিবা যাতে মই দিয়া ভিডিঅ'বোৰ সৰ্বপ্ৰথমে তোমালোকে। কোৱেশ্চন নম্বৰ 1, I start for school very late that morning. Who is I here? এই কোৱেশ্চনটো 2012 তো আহিছিল আৰু 14 তো আহিছিল। ইয়াৰ আনসাৰ হ'ল I refers here to little friends. Question number 2, what did Hamel do when he wanted to go on a holiday? 2013 ত আহিছিল। ইয়াৰ আনসাৰ হ'ল whenever Hamel wanted to go on a holiday, he gave his students also a holiday. Question number 3, what did Hamel write at the end of the class? 2015 ত আহিছিল আৰু এই কোৱেশ্চনটো ভেৰি ইম্পৰ্টেন্ট। অৰ্থাৎ যিবোৰ কোৱেশ্চন পৰীক্ষাত অহাৰ বেছি চান্স আছে সেইবোৰ মই ব্লু ৰঙেৰে টাইপিং কৰিছো, তোমালোকে চাই ৰাখিবা। ইয়াৰ আনসাৰ হ'ল Hamel write Vive France and end of the class. Question number 4, what did France think for a moment? 2016 ত আহিছিল। ইয়াৰ আনসাৰ হ'ল for a moment France thought of running away and spending the day out of his classroom. Question number 5, what was written in the new copies brought by Hamel for the students in a beautiful round hand? 2017 ত আহিছিল। ইয়াৰ আনসাৰ হ'ল in the new copies that Hamel brought for the students there was written the words France Alaska in a beautiful round hand. Question number 6, what is the name of the blacksmith in the last lesson? 2018 ত আহিছিল। ইয়াৰ আনসাৰ হ'ল the name of the blacksmith in the last lesson is Worcester. Question number 7, what is the name of the river mentioned in the last lesson? 2019 ত আহিছিল। ইয়াৰ আনসাৰ হ'ল the name of the river mentioned in the last lesson is Sar. Question number 8, what did France see when he passed the town hall? ইয়াৰ আনসাৰ হ'ল when France passed the town hall he saw a crowd in front of the bulletin. Question number 9, what was the order that come from Berlin that day? 2012 ত আহিছিল। ইয়াৰ আনসাৰ হ'ল the order that came from Berlin was to teach only German in the school of Alaska and Lorraine. Question number 10, what did Hamel say he would ask his students that morning? Your answer hall Hamel said that he would ask his students on the rule of particulars. Question number 11, what were the Russian soldiers doing that morning? Your answer hall the Russian soldiers were drilling in the open field at the back of the saw mill. Question number 12, what according to Hamel was the great fault with Alaska? Your answer hall according to Hamel the great fault with Alaska that the people there always put off their learning till the next day. Question number 13, how long did Hamel teach in his school? Hamel taught for 40 years in his school. Question number 14, what did Hamel want to give his student before going away? Your answer hall Hamel wanted to share all his knowledge and give his student all what he knew before going away. Question number 15, what is the theme of the story the last lesson? Your answer hall the theme of the story the last lesson is linguistic chauvinism. এই সকলোবোৰ কোৱেশ্চন আছিল 1 মাৰ্কৰ, গতিকে আমি এইবাৰ চাম 2 মাৰ্কৰ কি কি আহিব পাৰে। Question number 1, what are Hamel view about the French language? Your answer hall Hamel opinion that the French was the most beautiful language in the world. It was the clearest and the most logical language and therefore it should be guarded and should not be forgotten by them. Question number 2, what was the commotion that France anticipated in the classroom? 2013 আর 2015 ত আহিছিল। Your answer hall the commotion that France anticipated was the great bustle that could be heard from the streets. It was the opening and closing of desks, lesson repeat in unison, very loud and the teacher great ruler ripping on the table. Question number 3, why was the lesson called the last lesson? 2014 ত আহিছিল। Your answer hall the lesson was the last France lesson taken by Hamel as German would be taught in the school of Alaska and Lorraine by the new master who was supposed to come the following. Question number 4, what had been put up in the bulletin board? Your answer hall the news had been put up in the bulletin board that an order had come from Berlin. German language was to be imposed on the people as Alaska and Lorraine. Now only the German teacher will teach German to the French speaking population. Next question, what was France expected to be prepared with for school that day? Your answer hall France was expected to be prepared with lesson on participles that day as Hamel had said that he questioned on them on participles. Next question, will they make them sing in German? Even the vegans, what does the sentence suggest? Your answer to all, the question sentence suggests that the German were harsh and hostile rulers. They had imposed every possible rule on the people of Alaska and Lorraine. Even little French understood the level of their hostility, and so said the somebody they would make even the pigeons sing in the German. Next question: what words did MHML write on the blackboard before dismissing the class? What did they mean? Your answer hall MHML with large letter wrote on the blackboard Vive la France, which means long live France. Next question: what would friends love to do on that sunny morning instead of going to school? Your answer hall instead of going to school on that sunny morning, friends wish to spend the day outdoors in a much cheerful way. He wanted to play with the nature, see birds, eggs, and go sledding on the surf. Next question: why were older villagers present in the class on the day of the last lesson? Your answer hall on the day of the last lesson, the older villagers were present in the class as they were feeling sorry for not sending their children to study in school. One more reason for their presence was that they wanted to pay their respect to MHML for his 40 years of faithful service. Next question: how did friends feeling about MHML and school sense? Your answer hall friends feeling about MHML and school sense when he got to know about the order imposing German language instead of France. He started admiring his books, which he found so boring earlier. Besides, he felt respect for his teacher MHML. He ignored MHML's cranky behaviors and his ruler. Rather, he wished MHML not to leave the school but to stay back. 5 marker question: draw a character sketch of MHML as it is shown in the last lesson. 2016 ISIL. Your answer hall in the last lesson, Alphonse Dude has present the character of MHML with all respect and sympathy. He is present as a typical schoolmaster who always kept his tribal ruler under his arm. We see him as a very strict teacher whom the students tried of. However, the sensitive side of MHML is seen on the day of the last lesson. He was soft and gentle to the student. He showed his patriotic feelings by declaring the French language as the most logical and most beautiful language in the world. MHML also very logically blamed everybody, including himself, for not seriously learning or teaching the language. The author very beautifully and vividly present the character of a school master who had served the school for 40 years. Next question: describe the unusual thing that friends noticed on the day of the last lesson. 2013 আহিছিল আৰু 2017 আহিছিল. Your answer hall friends noticed many unusual things on the day of the last lesson. First, he noticed that the school was as quiet as on a Sunday. The sounds of opening and closing of the desks, lesson read in unison, and the rapping of the teacher's ruler were not heard. When friends entered the classroom, the teacher did not scold him although he was late. He saw that the class was maintaining completely silent. MHML had come in his best dress, which he used to wear on inspection and the prize days. Moreover, the back benches of the classroom were occupied by the elderly people of the village. They all looked very sad. এইটো চেপ্টাৰৰ যিমানখিনি ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কুৱেশ্যন আছিল মই আগতে কৈছোঁ ব্লু ৰঙেৰে টাইপিং কৰা আছে, তোমালোকে চাই ৰাখিবা। আৰু নেক্সট তোমালোকৰ কোনটো টপিকত ভিডিঅ' লাগিব প্লিজ কমেণ্ট কৰিবা। চ' আজিলৈ ইমানেই লগ হ'ম অন্য এটা ভিডিঅ'লৈ।